Miracle Hill is the state of South Carolina's largest provider of homeless services. So the services that we provide all stem from that. We do rescue mission work, we operate addiction recovery facilities, we do foster care, we have food ministry, we do transitional housing. So on any given night, we've got about 650 to really 800 plus people in our care some nights of the year. One of the biggest challenges that we face is there are a lot of people that give to our organization, and our donor relations team is small, and trying to connect with all of those people, trying to engage them in some way where they feel like your organization is familiar, where they feel like they have a relationship with you, that's a challenge. And so Ember has helped us to fill that gap by putting us in right in folks' hand, and doing it in a way that is personable and relational and points donors back to a person that they can engage with. The ability that Ember gives you when texting, it brings the relational element in. So AI helps it become a dialogue instead of just a monologue. So often text messaging is just you get a text message and a link and a picture, but folks can't interact with it. They can't ask questions. They can't go deeper. And so the AI allows us to go deeper and do it in a way that is ethical. We don't pretend that this virtual assistant is a person. If people ask, it says, I'm a virtual assistant of the development department. We want it to empower the human work that we do, not replace it, but it is a powerful, powerful relational tool. The main concern that we have with AI usage is, can we control it? You know, is it in a safe, does it have parameters in place that we don't have to worry about being embarrassed as an organization? And what I would say is, yes, Ember does put those parameters in place and trains this assistant to be able to speak like you, to sound like your organization, and default to not answering a question sometimes, or just avoiding certain subjects. And so that was something that we were encouraged by, because that's the biggest concern. The other concern is that it would take the place of relationships. It would take the place of that people element, and it has not done that. It is a support tool. Again, the goal is to get you to a person, to get you to an on-site tour, to get you to a graduation or a volunteer opportunity. Those are relational elements, and we use this as a support tool. One of the concerns that I think rescue missions will have is it HIPAA compliant? You know, is it going to expose donor information or guest information? And the answer is no. The way that we have it set up, it's not connected to our CRM. There's no flow of information back and forth. And while I'm sure that that's something that could be done for an organization, we were encouraged that we don't have that set up on ours, because we want to be able to put in what we want to put in, and then we want to be able to control the elements on the back end. The team at Ember has been great to work with. I'll say persistent in the beginning. You know, you get so many vendors that are just coming at you left and right, and you got so many things in your inbox. But from the very beginning, Elliot and VJ have been just personable, understanding. When we've worked with them, they've tried to figure out culturally, who are we, so that can translate into the messaging, this virtual assistant. We want it to be an extension of our organization, and the guys have done a great job of getting to know who we are culturally. EmberAI came in with a curiosity. They wanted to know what our needs were, what we were trying to accomplish. And I think what we discovered is this tool kind of took a different route. When we first began to launch it, we thought, okay, well, we'll use its texting and we'll just ask people for money. Well, people are not immediately responsive via text, and anybody can ask people for gifts via text. But then the real power in this tool is when we realized the relational element, that it could ask people, would you like to take a tour? And then engage with them when they started to ask questions about, what can I tour? How can I be involved? This tool can engage and then get them to the right person. And that is a powerful tool in the hands of a development team, because anybody who's done development work knows how many touches it can take with individuals to get one person to say, yes, I'll take a tour. And this tool does a lot of that identification of those individuals for you. People can say, yes, I would like to take a tour, and they do it on their own time. As an organization, we have a lot of people who make this work happen. Miracle Hill has been in existence since 1937. So every year we have thousands of individuals who are giving to this work to make it happen. And we can't possibly touch them all individually. So there are lots of people that kind of fall through the cracks. We don't know who they are. We don't know who wants to take a tour. And so what Ember has helped us do is kind of have a shotgun approach where we can blast a large number of individuals, but then people can self-identify, hey, I want to take a tour. I'd like more information about plan giving. I'd like to volunteer. I'd like to take a tour. So they can help us identify who they are and save your team hours and hours of work and help you find the folks who are slipping through the cracks every year. One thing that shocked me out of the gate was about 60 days in to sending text messages and interacting with folks, we had 77 people say, I would like to take a tour, or I would like to volunteer. Now, anybody who's worked in development for any amount of time at all realizes how much time and energy that represents. One person who says, I want to take a tour, can make a world of difference. One person, it may end up being somebody who is an incredible major donor to your organization or one of your most critical volunteers. Getting people in the door makes a difference. And I was blown away when 77 people responded, yes, I want to take a tour. As a matter of fact, my team was a little overwhelmed with just the response, trying to dialogue with those people in a timely manner. This tool allows our team to focus more time and energy on the people who are saying, yes, I want to take a tour. I want to interact. Not everybody does, and that's okay. We let the donors dictate the relationship they want to have with the organization, but this tool saves our donor relations team massive amounts of time in the identifying process. Who wants to engage with the organization at that level? And this one helps you figure it out. It has taken us a little bit of time and training to get the voice the way that we want it to sound, but the virtual assistant that we use sounds like our organization. It's careful in how it interacts with people, the words that it says. One of the things I love about it is that you can ask it just about any question about our program, about our origin, about our locations, and it can answer you with confidence. It could talk to you about one of our workforce development programs, and in the same breath, it can tell you how you can get someone you know into one of our recovery programs. It's a powerful tool. We are cautiously optimistic about the use of AI, but we want to keep up with the market, and we want to figure out ways to engage more people and save our team time. And so we feel like with Ember, we have found a way to safely engage with AI. AI with parameters, AI with HIPAA compliance, AI for the good guys. The virtual assistant has helped us to identify several things, and sometimes it's when something has fallen through the crack, we'll have someone reach out and say, and this is a real example, I've been trying to volunteer at your Greenville rescue mission, and I can't get a response. Well, that helps us identify a gap in service, and we can quickly respond to that person and get them the assistance that they need. I think the possibilities for the implementation of Ember are limitless. There are so many incredible ways that organizations could use it. One example that we have thought of is aftercare. When we have people that leave our rescue missions or they leave our recovery programs, sometimes it's hard to stay in touch with individuals who have moved on. They've done well. But we want to know, are you doing well? Do you need help? Well, you could use a tool like this to text those individuals and to ask how they're doing. And if someone says, I'm not well, immediately a counselor could reach out to them. And that could be in all different types of organizations. I mean, you think about someone who needs medical assistance and getting a tickler out there saying, hey, how are you doing? In counseling, this would be a great tool outside of the rescue mission world. Christian schools would be another one where they've got needs, or a parent has questions that you can't answer immediately as a staff, or you're overwhelmed by the inquiries, but they could ask all the questions they need to ask about your organization right there to the virtual assistant. There are limitless opportunities for this tool. I continuously recommend EmberAI to other companies. And the main reason that I do it is because I believe it moves the needle. You need creative solutions to figure out, how can I interact with the masses, whatever that population is for you. For us, it's donors and volunteers. It gives us a tool to interact with a large group of people, and then they tell us if they are interested in whatever it is that we're talking about, whatever it is that we're offering them. And it saves us time, talent, it's good stewardship, and it's done ethically. So I am always recommending EmberAI to the folks that I interact with.